So before we start talking about what I want to talk about today, I just wanted you guys to know that everything at my job is going good. I finally am done with my licensing and exams and stuff, so no more studying, no more tests. It's all over. I took a little bit of a break, but now I'm back doing videos every single day. Going to be making these videos for you guys and, get back on that horse. Keep moving, keep growing, keep expanding, and keep making videos. And I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, my work does take a lot of my day, but I'm going to keep, doing everything I can to keep these videos coming out for you guys. So now we can get back into what I want to talk about, which is, first of all, we have just a lot of news, just a lot of stuff that happened over the time that I was gone doing my exams. But one of the things I really wanted to touch on was the PS4.5 and the Xbox One.5. So everyone's kind of been speculating, when is Gen 9 going to start? When are we going to get new consoles? And everyone was kind of thinking that Sony and Microsoft were both going to release upgradable versions of the hardware we currently have. So an upgraded PS4 and an upgraded Xbox One. Phil Spencer kind of hinted at this, but he actually has gone on record and said that he has no plans on doing small incremental hardware bumps. No upgradable hardware or anything like that, at least not yet. He wants to wait. Basically, he just wants to wait until Gen 9, do an actual console generation leap, better graphics, all that stuff. That's what he wants to do, and you can't really blame him. That's not a bad thing by any means. It's a respectable thing to do. Cool, whatever. Sony, on the other hand, has kind of confirmed the existence of the PS4.5 or PS4K, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of names already for it, but they've kind of already confirmed the existence of it. We're pretty out in the dark as far as actual information goes, but one of the things I keep seeing on the internet is everyone's like, we're going to be able to play video games in 4K and it's going to be more powerful than any PC ever, and that's just not true, for one. But I definitely don't think we're going to be seeing any video games in 4K. I think for sure we'll have, streaming capabilities in 4K, Netflix and Hulu and YouTube in 4K, as long as you have a 4K TV and stuff. I don't think we'll see any actual video games in 4K for a couple reasons. One, the 4K monitors and TVs aren't really that widespread at this point. Sony wouldn't invest in 4K for a small group of people to where they're getting their games to render out 4K output, but of course you have to sacrifice textures and frame rate, and other things, effects, in order to get the game running at that high resolution. And then people who don't even have 4K monitors can't even see the pixels because they have a 1080p monitor. So, it's just, I don't see them jumping to 4K yet as far as video games are concerned. But the second reason is probably actually the most important reason, is that the hardware needed to run a video game in 4K is astronomical. The GTX Titan X by NVIDIA is a graphics card that is made to render games in 4K. It costs $1,000 the card itself, not to mention the heat, the power source, and the processor, and all the RAM needed to actually render an image, a video game in 4K. The PS4.5 would have to cost like $2,000 if you wanted it to actually render games in 4K with good textures and, frame rate and stuff like that. So I doubt it. I sincerely doubt they're going to be charging $2,000 for a console. I think they're just going to release a new PS4 with an improved processor or, whatever. Just a couple little tweaks here and there. Maybe a slimmer model of it or something that renders Netflix and Hulu in 4K. That's what I think they're going to do. I don't see them releasing a new console that can render games in 4K. I don't see it happening. It's just very, very unlikely that this is going to happen. But I do think that's kind of cool. The Nintendo already kind of did that with the new 3DS, which just had an improved processor and the C-Stick, an added C-Stick, and some better 3D mapping technology inside of it to keep the 3D running better. And, that was pretty successful for them. They sold a lot of those. I mean, the 3DS is already selling like hotcakes anyways, but, the new 3DS, it worked. It's the first marginal upgrade we've really seen. In recent memory, we've had stuff like the, Sega Saturn and stuff and, releasing expansion packs for it. But, the 3DS is pretty successful in the new 3DS, I mean. So we could definitely see something like that with the PS4. But I think it's just going to be like a slim model or a small model that can render Netflix in 4K or something. I don't think we're going to see any actual video game impact. I don't think we're going to be getting 4K video games or, enhanced resolutions and frame rates and stuff like that. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay classy, guys.